my week 9 power rankings. All right. So, number 1, the Birmingham Stallions got back to the spot. They are 7-2. They won against Houston 38-15 last week. Alex Magoo looks like the guy who's probably going to win USFL MVP, but I thought that person might have been Jamar Smith last year or even Kyle Sloter last year, and they said, no, RJ, it's Kavontae Turpin, and they were right. Kavontae Turpin becomes Dallas Cowboy, a Pro Bowler, and an All-Pro as selected by his peers. Meanwhile, the Birmingham Stallions are the only team that has clinched a playoff bid among the 3 or 4 spots that are available. So everybody else has something to play for, including the team that is playing against the Birmingham Stallions this weekend. Number 2, I got the New Orleans Breakers. They beat Memphis in a weather-delayed game 31-3. The Breaker defense started in that win, holding Memphis to just 3 points, as you can see by the score, but also had the 3 interceptions in that game. And my goodness, with the South Division basically being the place where we have the most opportunity to, I should say we have perhaps the team with the best chance to win the championship. I have already booked travel to go to Birmingham on June 25th to see who wins that game and to write about it. Very excited to see who the Birmingham Stallions are going to play in it. Protective Stadium, I expect people to show out because, well, Birmingham has a tremendous fan base, and I'm sure that they are used to them winning. And it would be a shock if they did not. Number 3 on the list, I got a 3-6 team. I got the New Jersey Generals. I got the New Jersey Generals because they managed to pull off a win 37-33 against Philadelphia, and they're still in it. They're still in the playoff hunt. They got an 85-yard kickoff return for a TD from Cam Eccles-Looper. That's the 4th kickoff return for a TD this season in the USFL. DeAndre Johnson became the first quarterback for the New Jersey Generals to pass for more than 200 yards in a game. He was 15-20 for 213. My goodness. They have an opportunity to get into the playoffs this week with a win. At 3-6, they could go to 4-6. In the XFL, they had a 4-6 team win the XFL championship. I'm telling you that you could be looking at the same thing in the USFL come July 1st when the championship game is going to be played in Canton, Ohio at Tom Benson Pro Football Hall of Fame Stadium. Try saying that 4 times fast. Number 4 on the list, I got the Philadelphia Stars. They are 4-5 with the loss to New Jersey. Despite Case Cookins going for 25-39 for 322 with 3 TDs, Corey Coleman has become the receiving leader in the USFL with just over 600 yards receiving. They're going to need a big game from him this weekend to make sure they get into these playoffs in a good spot. Number 5, we got Houston at 5-4. They lost to the Stallions, as I mentioned, 38-15, and they did not get an MVP-like effort from their MVP candidate in one. My goodness, Mark Thompson is just out there, 59 rush yards on 17 carries. On the other hand, I got to give it up to John Chavis and that defense. They were outstanding in that game. Really put the clamps down on that Houston offense. Number 6, I got the Memphis Showboats, who have taken a precipitous fall after their loss 31-3 to New Orleans at home in Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. They were +5 in turnover margin going into that game, and they had 5 turnovers in 4 quarters in that game. That's how you lose a football game 31-3, okay? They got to get a win this weekend, I believe, against the doggone Stallions to get into the playoffs, to have an opportunity to play against the doggone Stallions once again in the South Division Championship. Number 7, I got the Pittsburgh Maulers, who scored a touchdown on offense and beat Michigan 19-7. Hello. But this was also a game where the defense and the special teams were the stars. We had an 83-yard punt in that game. And I have never seen a broadcast booth, a broadcast crew so excited about a punter bombing one 83 yards through the air. Because we were talking about it for 2 straight series. Then we had a 64-yard kickoff return to open the game. 3 quarters of holding Michigan scoreless by that Maulers defense. And they have been outstanding. Jaron Horton is a star in the USFL. And we don't really get to say that much about our coaches because most of our coaches in the USFL have had careers in the NFL or college before this. Jaron Horton is really making his mark as a young guy in his second year as defense coordinator for the Maulers. This year, coaching for his dad, Ray Horton Jr., big part of why Ray Horton wanted to be head coach of the Pittsburgh Maulers, and they have an opportunity to make the playoffs after really being a cellar dweller for most of the season. And then number 8, I have the Michigan Panthers at 3-6. They took the loss to Pittsburgh with a chance to take out the Maulers in the playoff race and take control of the North Division. No, they could muster just 245 yards, and quarterback Josh Love threw 4 interceptions and made a win just unlikely. So they are also playing for their playoff lives this Saturday. That means both Saturday and Sunday are games, have 4 games that you need to watch to see just who the 4 teams remaining in the tournament are going to be. Thank you for watching the #1 college football show. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that you don't miss any of the best college football coverage in America.